This video represents a quick guide to debugging with Burst. Please use this page to skip to sections you are interested in. First, we turn on native debugging via the Jobs menu. Then we need to switch to our solution, put a breakpoint in. We need to then attach to the process using native debugging. So find the Unity process and also make sure that attach to is set to native code. Hit attach. You'll notice the breakpoint currently might not be resolved. This is probably because the DLL has not been loaded yet. So let's run the code. And bingo, we're in the debugger. And as you can see, you can inspect variables, step over lines, you can inspect the call stack, and also jump up and down through the stack. You can view autos and locals, and you can add watches as you would expect. Now I will cover some limitations and how to work around them. First of all, if you are debugging threaded code, you should be aware that your breakpoints can be hit multiple times, which can lead to some confusion as you are stepping in the debugger. The easiest way to work around this is to use a conditional breakpoint, and in this case I tie the breakpoint to the index. This way my code only stops when the index is 0, allowing me a much easier time debugging. Another approach is to use the thread view to freeze all of the other threads that you're not interested in. Here you can see the thread that is currently paused. It has the arrow next to it. So I select all the threads and hit pause. Then I select my current thread and hit play. And now only that thread will be active as I'm stepping, so I will not trigger the breakpoint more than once. Just remember to thaw your threads at the end. And now a quick word on variable scopes. At present, all variables are considered to be defined throughout the whole of the function for debug metadata. This means you can see the locals before they've necessarily been assigned. This is just a limitation of the current implementation. Lambda captures are not completely supported yet in Burst debug metadata. This means that although you can see the local variables and the parameters passed into an Entities.ForEach, variables that are captured, like movement axis in this case, are not examinable. However, their values can still be examined by using the locals window, finding the this and expanding it, where you will see the values for movement axis. For debug purposes, parameters to functions are copied to a local stack slot. This means they are effectively read-only. So even though I change the value of rude here to 99, when the assignment to another local happens, you will see the assignment assigns the original value. Finally, a word on structures that use explicit layout. At present, you will only be able to examine some of the values within these structures, essentially the first set that don't overlap. So in this case, the structure can be seen to have a double and then two ints. You will only be able to examine the double field at present.